Okay, so let's get a domain controller going with our server that we're going to use logged in. Launch server manager. And of course you have to wait this little bar stop scrolling. So it's reading in. Here we go. Add roles and features. Click next. Role based. Alright, our server is here. So we want Active Directory domain services and the tools. So we'll say add feature. We'll click next. Click next and next. So this is pretty straightforward. Not much to it. So it's going to start the installation. I'm going to let this go and I'm going to pause it until this is done. Alright, took a couple minutes, that was it. They've in Server 2016, they've really made it easy. I mean, you saw just a couple next. Right here, promote this server to a domain controller. So I will click this. Alright, add a domain controller to an existing. No, this is going to be a no. Give it a minute. Alright, might have to reboot. Yeah, we're not able to select anything. Oh, there we go. So as you see, we have other options here. Add a domain controller to an existing. A new domain to an existing forest. We're going to do a new forest. Root domain name. testlabs.local. Alright. So, just running a little sluggish. I only have 2 gig of RAM assigned. I'll probably up that. I have plenty in the server. I just figure what this is going to do. Really doesn't need much memory. As I said, I'm going to change the video resolution and everything when I'm done. Alright, delegation for this DNS cannot create. Okay. So you'll say next. There is no NetBIOS name. Give her a minute. Still going. Alright, test lab. Yeah, I think 2 gig is a little too little. Alright. Yeah, while I was installing, there was enough time to go grab a beer. Alright. So let's see what we got here. Alright, so testlab.local, NetBIOS test lab. We'll hit next. Alright, and it says if you click install, the server automatically reboots at the end of the promotion operation. So, come on. Chugging along. Alright. Let's see, all prerequisites passed. Alright, delegation. Alright, man, we're good. Okay, so we gotta let it install. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it until it's done. And as you see here, waiting for DNS installation to finish. So it'll install DNS for you. A delegation for the DNS server cannot be created. So it'll go ahead, it'll create DNS for you. And we'll go take a look at that in the next video. Figure I'll keep these short, small. This is going to be AD. Then I'll do DNS. And then I'll do DHCP. Actually, I should probably do DHCP first. Alright. Anyway, we're going to wait for this to finish, let it reboot. And once it reboots, we'll come up, we'll check a couple of the, we'll check out the AD structure and make sure things look like they're okay. Okay, services, here we go, you're about to be signed out. I'll say close, close. It should force reboot. And there we go. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to watch it here. I'm going to say power off since it already shut itself down. Alright. Ah, and it's coming up anyway. Oh, shut off Altiris. Wrong one. Alright, I was going to up the memory. Go ahead, power that one back on. Whoops. Alright, while this is going, let's click here though. Take a look at, yeah, it's a pretty neat little graph. You can see what's going on. And little live preview, refreshes now and then. And there was a refresh button on it. So, do a little refresh here again. Yep, see, it's updating. Alright, it's just coming up. Alright, let's log in. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got going. Give it a second to boot. Yeah, definitely memory would definitely be nice. It is a little sluggish. Okay. Windows Administrative Tools. Here we go. Active Directory users, computers. We're going to pin that to start. Go ahead and launch that. And this is always for a lab. It's up to you what you choose to do. You can, if you're going to start doing group policies and playing around with that, you obviously have to lay out your entire Active Directory structure the way you're going to want it and be able to lay down policies and whatnot. For me, I do create some folders. I don't keep computers in the default. Alright. Let's close that. Alright, so here we go. Here's our testlab.local. That was nice. So if we go to computers, we should already have one. Oh, sorry, domain controllers. Here we go. We already have one. So see how we already have computers. So these are the defaults. A lot of times you usually don't use the defaults. But to see if things are working. No, we're not going to do computer, sorry. We're going to do new organizational unit, workstations. And then we're going to do another one. There we go. So, and there's a users one already. We will even do a, can we do yeah, I wasn't sure if you could. You can't, so let's go ahead and do another organizational unit, lab users. I wasn't sure if you could do lab users underneath user, but the defaults, sometimes you could do certain things, sometimes you can't. So there we go. And I mean, while we're here, we can create a user. And like I said, I'm going to have a SQL server. Give it a password. No change, can't expire, never expires. There we go. So, I mean, AD's up and running. Go ahead, we'll do Altiris. Alright. Next. There we go. What else do we have over here? We've got vCenter, AD, lab users. Yeah, see, we can do this. Users. And we're going to do lab admins. Can we rename? Lab users. There we go. Oh, another nifty little thing. When you do find, right? We have a user called SQL. So we do a search. Now, when your AD is huge, right? And you're looking at this and you go, oh, there it is. It's a user. Okay, there's no description. Sometimes there would be. One of the really nicest things you can do is choose columns, and you want publish that. Publish that will give you in the tree where it's at. And then from here you can go, you know what, let's move this guy to lab users and admins. Now you rerun fine now. Look at that. Okay. Yes, AD's up and running. It's working good. I thought I moved that. Let's try that again. Move. Lab users, admins. Ah, see, it did move. It just, AD itself has to refresh. Yeah, there we go. So lab admins. Okay. And, you know, eventually, well, I'll do at least one here just to have a user. We'll just call him user 1. Alright. And of course, when we look at user 1, we will notice he's a member of domain users. That's perfect. Now what we can do is, let's go into users. So we have administrator here. Alright. We want domain admins, members, add. And let's do test lab. Alright, not going to let us do it that way. SQL, test lab, Altiris, check name. Another thing you could do is with the @ I could have done Altiris test lab.local. So there we go. So these guys are going to be in here. Alright, so a couple things AD. It was pretty simple, straightforward. I guess the last two things we can do. One, let's go ahead and go to system. Yeah, definitely needs a little bit more memory. Probably go 4 gig and leave it. And there we go, ad.testlab.local. And also, we should also have DHCP and DNS, right? We have to install DHCP yet. Come on. Yeah, I'm definitely going to add more memory here in a minute. I'm right clicking. She just don't want to go over. Can we drag and drop? Whew. Pin to start. There we go. I'll move this guy down here. Lab tools. Alright, let's check out DNS real quick. It's here. This performance is horrible though. Definitely memory. Make sure you add enough. Alright, reverse lookup zone. There are none. Forward. Here we go. This looks good. Okay. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Theoretically, you always set up servers with static IPs. For lab, I do not, because when you rebuild servers, it's nice to not have to configure the network side. So, I think what I'm going to do next is DHCP